The coronavirus pandemic has many Christians wondering, are we living in the end of times? A new Lifeway research survey that revealed nearly 9 in 10 pastors see at least some current events matching those Jesus said would occur shortly before he returns to earth. And to delve deeper into that topic, Chosen People Ministries is hosting a virtual discussion called Pandemics, Prophecy, and the Middle East Wednesday morning. Dr. Darrell Bach of the Dallas Theological Seminary joins us now to share his thoughts. Dr. Bach, you'll be participating in the virtual discussion tomorrow. What are you and the other leaders going to be focusing on the most?
Well, we'll be talking about how this poll of 1,000 pastors across the country handle the area of eschatology. And what's interesting about it is we took this poll before the current pandemic. And with the pandemic now appearing, its results, I think, are even more interesting because I suspect if we retook the poll, some of the results would be even higher than they showed up in the original poll.
Could this COVID-19 pandemic actually be a sign of the end? How does it compare to the plague or other pandemics in the past?
Well, I think generally speaking, pandemics or plagues are an opportunity for people to be reflective about their relationship with God. Whether this is specifically an end time sign or not, I think is something that could be discussed. It isn't a guarantee because Jesus predicted these kinds of things would happen periodically throughout history. But still, it does, along with some other signs, indicate perhaps that we could be drawing closer all the time.
What are other signs that Christian leaders are pointing to that would suggest the second coming is imminent?
Well, the regathering of Israel is certainly one of those features. Fully 70% of the pastors thought that was significant. The rise of false prophets was also significant. That's about 83% in the poll thought that was significant. The idea of believers' love growing cold for the Lord is another one, 81%. So false teaching is an emphasis that you're seeing in both of those answers. The moral collapse in society as a whole also came in at 79% as a sign. And when you put many of these things together, famines, earthquakes, disasters were at 76%. They're all in the combination suggest to people at least the possibility that we could be drawing near the end. Although, again, I think the point of Scripture is we can't date the end. Acts 1 makes this clear, and our call is to be reflective of our commitment to Jesus until he returns.
Dr. Bach, how should Christians be praying during all of this?
Well, I think the main thing is to rest in the comfort of the Lord, not that this isn't a painful exercise, and nor should we deny the way we may be reacting to it, but you take that tension to the Lord in prayer. You know, many of the Psalms are laments about what's going on around the psalmist because circumstances are not good. And he learns to take that tension to the Lord and rest in the surety of the Lord's care. And then the second thing that I think we should be concerned about as Christians is living faithfully in the midst of these circumstances, and particularly being prepared to witness to people outside the faith who may have very little reading on how to rest comfortably with their mortality, which, of course, something like a pandemic certainly brings to the surface.
Yes, and definitely we need to be prepared as far as our spiritual walk with Jesus to make sure that we're ready for his return. Thank you, Dr. Bach, so much for your time and your insights. Dr. Bach with the Dallas Theological Seminary. Again, we appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.